Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to another Hardcore Iron Man Progress video, and today we're going to be finishing up the grind for the herb sack. And the first task that we've got this episode is a Blue Dragons task, so those Dragon Bones are going to be nice for prayer XP. Kidding me? A Nature Talisman? Wow. I will never turn down a perfectly good Nature Talisman. It's worth the inventory space on here. Be like, yo, the Blue Dragon dropped the bass. Did you know that you can use a random event as a safe spot? Talk about RNG. Yeah, I know I missed the level, but here is 78 range. And I was saying in the previous videos that whenever I get clue scrolls, I'm going to be doing them as soon as I get them, because, you know, I gotta get those ranger boots. Hopefully. Dagnoths are so amazing for medium clue scrolls, which is why I'm doing like 3 in a row right now. I had a Dagnoth task, and I was just getting them back to back to back. It was crazy. Let's see what we get here. We got a master clue scroll. 8.5k. The first step was to talk to Sherlock, but after that, it's not completable. Not for now. It is completable for this account, but not at the stage that we're currently at, so we're just going to let it sit in the bank for a while. One more hit. Yeah. Sick. Oh, that was very... Okay, it wasn't that hype, actually. You know what? There's some times where I'm just not really sure what's going on, but I'm okay with it. Alright, so this little barrow setup that we have going on just degraded again, and I realize it's at 25% now, so we need to go repair it. But we're not going to repair it with Bob and pay the full price with him in Lumbridge when we could just build our own armor stand in the POH and repair it ourselves. It only requires level 55 construction, and we've got 57, so I'm glad that we got that up way back when. With level 99 smithing, you save about half the GP that you would have to spend to repair the armor with Bob, but even at level 60, you still only have to spend around 70% of normal repair costs that it would be with Bob. And apparently we don't even have a workshop in the house, so we've got to build that first as well. Okay, there we go. We've got our armor stand built, so we can take off the Barrow's armor and repair it, and it's only costing us 90k. Before we get back to Slayer, I also want to build a Karen teleport in the house, and it requires level 69 magic, and I found the transportation incantations book in the Arceus house, which we got a few months ago actually. So all we really have to do is just build the portal in the portal room and then redirect the portal using 100 casts of the spell. You can see we've got all the runes in the inventory, and it is a fair bit, especially those law runes are going to be very painful to get rid of. But I really don't care about the soul runes so much because we've got so many of them from Dust Devils, and I don't think they're really useful at this stage in the game anyways. But this teleport is going to be amazing for Slayer because it teleports you straight outside the catacombs, and as a hardcore Iron Man... By the way, getting charges for Xeric's Talisman is really a pain, but it's something you don't really have to think about as a regular account because they're insanely cheap on the GE. So this will be nice to save charges, but the only issue still is that the only time we would have to use this portal is when we're not on the standard spellbook. Otherwise we could just use the regular spell to get there. But we can't use the teleport to house spell on a different spellbook, and we also can't make house tabs until we get 67 construction to build the Mahogany Eagle lectern. So I guess we're kind of like stuck in an endless vicious cycle, but we will figure it out at some point. And actually, one more last thing before we get back to Slayer is we're going to train a bit of prayer, because we just did the whole Blue Dragons task at the regular adult Blue Dragons, which took forever to do, but I got like 130 Dragon Bones and hides banked from that, so we'll use up all the bones and see where that takes us. Okay, just spent a little while getting these buckets of slime for the Ectofuntus, and I got a lot of extra because we're here anyways, and I'm sure we'll use them up eventually. But yeah, we've got over 500 buckets of slime now, so we are set. And also, besides just the Dragon Bones, you can see we got some Wyvern Bones and some Baby Dragon Bones as well. I always like starting with the Baby Dragon Bones because it builds up the excitement for the higher tier bones. Apparently, we've got 1,000 uncollected Ecto tokens. That's something that doesn't happen too often. I remember a long time ago, you used to have to collect them like every trip almost, or else it would get full. So it's nice that they extended it to 1,000 now. I don't really even ever think about them now, but it's a nice surprise when you get all of them at once. We've got a nice little collection of Ecto tokens growing in the bank now, so that puts our stack up to about 3.5k now. We need to get a Bone Crusher. Seriously, I should add that onto the list of goals for like the next month or two. And the Bone Crusher would be so nice to have in the catacombs. But speaking of goals, the next major goal after the herb sack that we're going to be working towards is the Fire Cape, which is another reason why I want to get as many prayer levels as possible. If you've been watching this series, you probably listened to me ramble about the Fire Cape for like half of the last video, but I think it's a realistic goal to get it by the end of March. I also want to use range to train Slayer as much as possible, so I'm thinking 80 range would make the fight caves easier, especially since we're going to be using a rune crossbow and broad bolts with Void. I know for most people, doing the fight caves and killing Jad is like nothing, But I'm terrible at PVM, okay? You should know this. I just want to make it as smooth as possible. Not to mention, if I do die multiple times, every single attempt is going to take a ton of supplies. I guess I probably should have clarified this earlier, but if you die in the fight caves as a hardcore Ironman, it is a safe death and you do not lose your hardcore status. So yeah, main goals before the fire cave are prayer levels, range levels, and maybe some herb lore levels too, at least to get 63 so we can make super restores would be nice. By the way, take a look at this. We got 3 longbones from 1 inventory killing trolls. I mean, it's pretty cool I guess, but I feel like that RNG could have been better used elsewhere. Yes, okay, here we go, 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 here we go. Something good, something good. Rangers! What the fuck is this? Cabbage round shield? This is great. Okay, let's see what that does. What is this? Yo, this is sick. What's the stat bonuses on this? Does this have stat bonuses? It does. Yo, that's actually decent. I've never heard this item before. Does it do anything? Oh, an adamant shield shaped like a cabbage. This is great. This is actually like a cool item to have on a hardcore account. I'm not upset at all with that. And we've got a defense level coming in here with level 79 defense, and defense levels are definitely going to help at the fight caves as well. Alright, after completing that task, we've got 754 points, which is just enough for the herb sack. This next task will also be a task count multiple of 10, so if it's an easy task that we can do, which it is, it means that we'll get plenty of points from it to leave buffer room in the future for cancels. So now that we're set on points, we just need to get 58 herb lore to be able to purchase the herb sack itself. And we've got level 57 herb lore at the moment, but luckily we've got a lot of herb lore supplies banked, so we're just going to go and get this last level very quickly. You can call me weird if you want, but I kind of enjoy cleaning herbs. Like, there's just something so satisfying with seeing the herbs get clean in your inventory. Even just watching this clip back now, it's kind of putting me in a trance. So we're just making all these super strength potions now, and here is the last inventory, or the last potion for 58 herb lore. But now that we've got 58 herb lore, we can finally buy the herb sack. This is a day I've been dreaming of for at least a couple weeks now. Yo, let's freaking get it. Oh, this is like the best thing I've ever gotten ever on here. Here we go, herb sack. After all the time of grinding, Slayer, and more Slayer, we're finally purchasing, click, the herb sack. Feels amazing, man. Yo, I'm so happy to have this. Alright, let's go do some Hunter now. But yeah, that is about where we're going to be wrapping up the episode. We're going to be starting the Hunter grind in the next episode, which is a skill that we have not touched in so long. Rune. Well, I don't understand. I have so many rune arrows, probably from like Fire Giant tasks. I'll get more into detail in the next progress video about why Hunter, not like why Fletch, but why Hunter. But I'm looking forward to it because Hunter is a skill that I enjoy doing. But that is all for today. We just hit 15,000 subscribers on the channel, which is absolutely mind-blowing. So I want to thank you all for the continued support as always. Seriously, you're all freaking amazing. And if you haven't already, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you enjoy the videos. It really does help out a lot. But I do hope that you enjoyed today's video. I just want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again tomorrow.